What's going on, guys? It's Mason, and today we're going to be powder coating a set of 16-inch wheels right here. So these wheels are going to be going in OEM black from Columbia Coatings with a zinc rich primer from Tiger Drag. We're first going to start off with the prep. So the prep on these wheels, we're going to be super pressure washing them as they're very, very gross. We'll pressure wash them, spray them down with some soap and degreaser, pressure wash them again to get all that stuff off, put them on a rim strip to pull off the previous paint. It looks like the previous paint was this silver right here. On some of them, you can't really even see it anymore. So pull off the previous paint off, bring them back out, pressure wash them again to get all that acid and stuff off. Then we're going to pull them inside and put them in our oven to outgas. We're going to outgas these because there's probably a lot of junk and crap all buried inside of the metal. And by outgassing, it pulls all that stuff to the surface and either burns them off, or when you go to sandblast them, you sandblast them off. So obviously after outgas, we're going to sandblast. Then just going to blow it off with an air gun and coat it. So let's first start with that initial pressure wash. So we just finished up the pressure washing process. They look a ton better. Here is actually that bad wheel, the one with all that junk in it. You can see it's a ton better than what it was. So now it's time. We're going to go ahead and put this in our rim strip right here to pull off all the paint. We'll be able to get 2 wheels in here at a time. So let's go ahead and start that. So here's the wheels after the rim strip and pressure wash, looking much better. Obviously they're super rusty as they are steel wheels and I didn't put anything on them. Not a big deal though, because when they go to get sandblasted, all that rust will come off and make them look good. So let's go ahead and get in the oven to outgas. So here's the wheels after the outgas, looking even more rusty. No worries though, we're about to put them in our sandblaster and get all that rust off, and then we'll bring them over to our booth and powder coat them. So we just got done sandblasting and blowing off this wheel. I'll show you what it looks like. Overall looking a ton better than it was. Barrel, inside, still quite a bit of pitting in there. Nothing you can really do about it. Unless you want to do metal filler and all that, but this guy didn't want to. So there's 2 different ways we can coat this. One is the more common, which is going to be we put the powder on, we kind of gel it out in the oven until it becomes kind of a liquid. And then we're going to have to come back with a knife. So the reason why is you see these little edges right there, right there, where those meet, kind of goes even further recessed in there. A lot of times when you spray powder, it'll cover it. I mean, the machine's good enough, it'll cover it well further back in there. But when you go to cure it, the powder's going to want to droop and sag together. And when that happens, or maybe like an air pocket or some sort of moisture or something in the back there, and when you go to cure it, it's going to create a bubble in it, and then it's going to pop, and you're going to be able to see it. It's just not going to look that good. So a lot of people will pre-gel it. Just gel it out, then cut that so it doesn't form that solid, thing there, and then you just go full gel it after that. Another idea, which I'm going to do on this one, is just coat it like normal. Just put our normal zinc rich primer on it, but we're going to put it in the oven cold. Main reason why, when you put it in the oven cold and heat it up to, like, we're going to say 200 degrees Fahrenheit, that's going to keep the powder from being able to gel quickly. It's going to very slowly start to gel. And the reason for that is because when powder gels fast, that's what causes the sagging and runs. When it gels super slow, it really stays in that place. So I'm thinking if we do it slow enough, it's not going to want to combine together, and there would be no reason to have to bring out that knife. So let's go ahead and get this coated in our zinc rich primer. So here it is with the zinc primer before it goes in the oven. Overall, when you first look at this, it doesn't look like a bad wheel. Obviously, you're gonna have little nicks and whatever all throughout here, but so let's go ahead and get this in our oven. Our oven is completely cold right now, 70 degrees, that's room temp in here. So let's go ahead and roll that puppy in there, turn it on to 200 degrees. So we got the wheel coated and cooled down. Let's take a look at it. From about 5 foot away, it looks pretty good. But when you get up in here pretty close, you can see all those merges that I was really specifically trying to avoid, where the powder is kind of coming together between the 2 sidewalls there. So, I mean, overall, besides that, I mean, it does look good. A lot of that pitting was covered up. A hell of a lot better than it was, that's for sure. But yeah, I mean, this was obviously not what we wanted. So we got that wheel in the strip take. Now we're gonna try a different method. We have a wheel in the oven preheating. We're gonna heat it up to 300 degrees and try shooting it hot. And we're gonna shoot for the exact opposite of what we tried to do before. So last time we tried to avoid any of that little merging there. With shooting hot, we're trying to go ahead and get everything to merge. So if it's all the way merged, all the way around, then it's still gonna look good. So let's try that. So we got the part out of the oven. It's looking at about 260 degrees. So we're gonna go and shoot this thing hot with our Zinc Primer. Let's see how it goes. Well, that worked surprisingly well. It's actually the opposite of what I thought would happen. I thought it would just all build up and merge over, but it actually just all laid down kind of how I would like. So overall, I'm pretty impressed. Let's go ahead and spray the rest of the powder on. So here it is with all the powder on it. Looking a ton better. Looking really nice. Barrel's looking really nice. And the back of the wheel too. Before you guys yell at me for not masking off or vacuuming off the back here, again, this is a steel wheel, so the customer did not want to leave that unfinished because it will rust and look like crap. So it is coated and it looks really nice. So let's go ahead and get it in the oven for our partial cure. The wheel's out with the partial cure, looking nice. So let's go ahead and put on that OEM black from Columbia Coatings. So we got the first wheel done, it's cooled down, so let's take a look at it. So here it is. You see that gap we were dealing with forever. Looking nice. Overall face looking nice. Got the barrel, backside. Nice finish for the OEM black. So we got 3 more wheels to do, so let's get those done. So we got the next wheel sandblast. We're gonna go ahead and stick it in the oven to heat up. While it's heating up, we're gonna go ahead and sandblast the other wheels, and once that's done heating up, we're gonna shoot it hot just like we did before. We got this wheel out. It's sitting around 230 to 250, so let's go ahead and shoot it. So here's the wheel. Still pretty smoking hot, but got everything in. Got our primer on. Looking good. So we're gonna wait to pull that wheel out. Once it's done, we're gonna shoot it 2 in the same primer, and then we'll put them both in to heat it up again, or partial cure this, in order to spray the OEM black. So we're gonna have to wait on that. While we wait, we're gonna go ahead and get the last wheel sandblasted. So here's the wheels out of the oven with the Zinc Primer. They're sitting around 250 degrees, so we're gonna go ahead and shoot that OEM black again and see how these come out. Here's the really bad one, the one with a lot of hitting and stuff, like all on the edges here. I mean, coated good, looks good. Here, this is probably one of the better wheels. It looks good too, inside these corners, everything. So let's go ahead and get them in the oven for its final cure. All right guys, we just finished all 4 of them up, so let's take a look at them. Here they are, massive difference from what they were before. You can see, you know, down in this tight area, not too bad. Shooting them warm was definitely the move. All these here, nice color, nice wet black, all in there. Yeah, look at this. There's like tons of super bad pitted rust, but they were all cool with it, so I guess that's just how it is. One final look. So that's it for these wheels. The OEM black looks freaking amazing. I'm really a big fan of this wet black look on these. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.